Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe down below. I upload every Wednesday. And if you want to check out my clothing, I'll leave the link down in the description below. And let's get on to the video. Pink. I love the color pink. I always have, and I probably always will. To me, it's one of the best colors. I know a lot of times, like when you're younger, there's the classic stereotype of girls like pink and then boys like blue. That's not really... I don't know what that's based off of, but that's not really necessarily true. But for me, I am a girl who has always loved pink. And being me, my hair is just something that, yeah, it's part of me. So why not make it more me? Do fun things with it. So, I mean, it's just hair. So I've been dyeing pink in my hair since about grade 2. So it's a pretty long time. The reactions were quite interesting. I do remember the first day going back to school and walking into the classroom, and you get a lot of mixed reactions when you have colored hair. So there's the people that are like, oh my god, I love it! And then there's people that are like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to your hair? And I'm always like, it's hair. It grows out, it'll grow back. I can re-dye it back to brown. But back when I was in grade 2, my brother was actually dyeing his hair blonde because he has brown hair like me. And he wanted to try blonde, so we were bleaching his hair. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that too, of course, because it was my older brother, me trying to follow my older brother. And so my mom just took like the front sections of my head and dyed it blonde. And then, because I loved pink, she's like, oh, we'll put color in it. So then we put pink in it, and I've never gone without having color in my hair. People know me by the color in my hair. People say they don't recognize me without it. And I've also tried like other colors as well. I've had blue in my hair before. I've had green. That was by accident, actually. Something weird going on with the bleaching, because we've always done it at home. So I've always... My mom has either dyed my hair for me or I've done it myself. It's not that hard to do. And if you're just kind of going for like streaks, it's not that hard to mess up. And even last night, we have like the Colorista turquoise. And my mom had bought it before, and so I'm like, oh, I'll put it in like the bottom layer of my hair. So it's supposed to be teal, but it blended with the already pink dye in my hair and turned kind of like a purple. So it has like some spots that are kind of blue, some spots that are kind of purple. I'm not going for anything too perfect here. Coloring your hair is just kind of like tattoos. It's out on your body. So it's different ways to express yourself outside of clothing and makeup. It makes you more unique and stand out from people, like, and trust me, I know what it's like to stand out in a crowd with my hair or the way I've like dressed before. You get a lot of mixed reactions between people who like it and support you and people who think you're crazy and insane. But like I've said in videos before, I enjoy being a freak. I'm okay with that. I'll stand out. You can stare at me all you want, you know, you can take a picture, it'll last longer. I mean, I've had at school before where girls have said they either love my pink hair or girls that I walk down the hallway and they're like, she knows this is school, not a fashion show, right? But normal's boring. I want to do something different. I want to do something fun. It gives me something to do. And I've always loved the color pink. It's kind of noticeable in my room. I've just always love the colors, so by having it in my hair, it makes my life less boring. It's become so much of a part of me that I don't feel myself without it. I mean, I am myself, but I just feel happier having it in my hair. The color pink actually stimulates health, happiness, femininity, compassion, and sweetness. And the color pink is as well known for being a color of love. To me, it's a really nice color with a good meaning and feelings that come from it. So I say if you ever kind of questioned yourself about being like, oh, maybe I should try something different, maybe I should put like some color in my hair, I'm saying go for it. Don't be afraid of what other people will think, because guess what? It's your own hair. You can do whatever you want to it. And if you don't like it, you can always change it. You can always dye color back into it and rechange it back to the way it was before. One thing funny too about when I was younger and my brother was dyeing his hair blonde, having darker colored eyebrows, he's like, well, my eyebrows stand out so much because my hair is so bleach blonde and then I have these dark eyebrows. And he's like, can we dye my eyebrows as well? My dad thought it was a bad idea. I just kind of watched and spectated while my mom was like, it's just hair, like we can dye it back. So they ended up bleaching his eyebrows, and when we washed it off, he looked in the mirror and you couldn't tell he had eyebrows, and he just cried, and I kind of laughed, and my dad got mad, being like, look what you did, you made him cry, you can't even tell he has eyebrows now. And my mom's like, oh my god, people, it's just hair, you can dye it back. Anyways, that's something that I'll never forget. It was just so funny. And it was also around that kind of same time that I had started dyeing my hair along with him. So I was getting used to, and I was loving my like hair. And at school too, there's definitely the people that did not like it, and they didn't see why I would do that to my hair. Like, why would you do that to your hair? And there was a girl who always sat on the bus behind me, and she used to tell me almost every day, you know your hair is gonna fall out. I heard that because when you dye your hair to the roots, that your hair falls out. I heard from every day in public school on the bus that my hair was gonna fall out, and I just looked at her and I'm like, you know, I don't dye it directly into the roots. Like, sure, when I had it up here, or when I've done like a full head of blue and then like my purple and my pink in the bottom, I've done like a full like mermaid head, I call it. I'm like, it's a semi-permanent color. I always have used Manic Panic. I find it's the best color, and especially it's the Fuchsia Shock I use for my pink. It lasts the longest. And I'm like, it's semi-permanent. It's not permanent, so I'm putting it still into my roots. I'm like, but it's not like I'm severely damaging my hair by constantly putting all this bleach on it. I'm like, it's fine, it's not gonna fall out, and if it does, oh my god, guess what? It'll grow back. Just saying. She was always like, whatever. And I'm like, why? Why do you just gotta put that information out there? Why do you gotta be like, just so you know? Why do you do that? Why do you have to say your opinion? You can't just keep it to yourself, or just like not talk about it. It was my choice and I wanted to do it, and I've still been doing it, and I love it so much. So if you already have colored hair or are thinking of dyeing your hair, I say embrace the freak within you and do it anyways. A lot of times parents don't always like it. My mom loves it. I even have put purple in the bottom layer of her hair, and we just did it recently, and she enjoys it. It's something fun. You even see old ladies with like funky purple and pink, or like blue. I've seen some girls with green in their hair, and it looks so cool and it looks fun. It's something different. Because guess what? Yeah, my hair color, you can see that up in the rainbows. Well, everybody else might have blonde or brown or anything like that anyone else could have. So by experimenting with colors, it's something different. I don't want to blend in and be like everybody else. I want to be me. I want to do something because I want to do it. I want to do it because it represents who I am and what I enjoy. And so here's a picture of me. It was back in, it says 2007. It was a school photo. And my pink's a bit faded, but this is kind of the idea. This is my hair all throughout public school pretty much. And then I started doing it more where I would just do it in the bottoms of my hair where ombre was really popular. And then, or I do like just streaks. And then later in high school I started doing more where I kept my pink in, but I also did like, I used the Manic Panic Midnight Blue and I took the Vampire Red and I mixed it together to kind of make my own purple. And I would put that in for my roots down to about where my pink kind of started, which would have been here when I had longer hair. So it would be all a mix of a bluey purple to here, and then it would fade into my pink bottoms. All my cousins and my friends kind of called it my mermaid hair because when I'd swim, because I loved to swim, and underwater it looked really cool and people said it looked like a mermaid. And I've been called a fish and mermaid my whole life because of how much I love water and swimming. But that turned out to always be a really cool thing I liked, because a lot of times hair color can kind of look odd when it's fading out, but Manic Panic for me is always faded out really nicely, and mixing the blue and the red gave me like this foxy kind of gray blue. And so it would be purple for the first few washes, and then after a while it would start to fade to like a blue silver. So I kind of got that whole like silver hair look that was really popular a few years ago and still kind of is today. But to get that, you really have to strip the nutrients out of your hair to get that gray. And so my hairstylist before was like, I'm not doing that for you. She's like, I'm not wrecking your hair just to get that color, because your hair will never be the same again. I'm like, okay. So this was kind of like an alternative that it actually gave me that look, and then I still had like my pink in the bottom of my hair, and I thought it looked really cool. So that is my little spiel in my experience with colored hair. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe down below. And question of the week would be, if you could choose to dye your hair any color, what color would you choose? Obviously, I'd choose pink. Let me know by commenting down below. And as always, wear what you want to wear, believe in yourself, be who you want to be, and never stop loving yourself. XO Summer.